Elliot,
Yeah, man.
we both did out of the theater reactions for this film.
Yep.
We both did non-spoiler reviews. We both did spoiler reviews. You joined me for the Thor: Love and Thunder. We talked over 2 hours.
Yep.
And we enjoyed the film for the most part. You know, we thought it was more good than bad, but I think we can all agree that it still could have been better. Sure. You know, the film was not nearly as good as it could have been. And it's just so unfortunate that so much was left on the cutting room floor. And it was obvious. I remember saying this. I was like, I bet it was a lot left on the cutting room floor. I bet they cut this and this out and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just been so much speculation. And this pisses me off. It really does. But I'm going to see how you feel about this. This is topic number 8 coming from comicbook.com. Thor: Love and Thunder reportedly giving a runtime mandate. That upsets me. Thor: Love and Thunder has officially wrapped up its first weekend in theaters, tallying a sizable 302 at the box office. Now, after its release, the Taika Waititi picture is dominating social chatter, largely due to its diverse nature. Fans and critics alike are split on the reception of the film, with many criticizing the film's lack of focus and clarity. As it turns out, a large part of that may be because Marvel Studios reportedly told Waititi to keep the film under 2 hours. The latest report comes from The Ringer versus Joanna Robinson, who says the filmmaker was told to keep the film short. Taika having a blank check on this is absolutely not the case. He got more leeway than he did with Ragnarok, but there was a mandate to bring the movie under 2 hours. This comes under 2 hours, and they cut a ton of stuff out of this movie, Robson said on the latest episode of Hot House of Art. She added, Taika is on record not being in director's cuts. We know Jeff Goldblum, Peter Dinklage, Lena Headey were supposed to appear, and Simon Russell Beale appeared as Dionysus and had 2 lines in the movie, but also has above the line credit. So he was definitely supposed to be in this movie more. Gore was definitely supposed to come and kill a bunch of other people. And that's what the quote says. Earlier this month, Waititi said director's cut suck, adding that this cut would only add a couple of jokes. I think that's a company man statement right there. But Elliot, this is really disheartening right here, man. I mean, it said it right there that we should have had Gore killing gods. He should have been in the movie more. Lena Headey was supposed to be in this. Jeff Goldblum and also Peter Dinklage not in the movie. This budget was $250 million. Yeah, the Thor Ragnarok was 180. And it just, I feel so much was wasted, bro. I'm upset about this, bro. I'm bothered. How do you feel about this? Let me know, because I'm about to blow up over here.
Yeah, man. No, I see the passion. I see the passion, B. It's weird, man. Again, I see you got the article here, and I know this was based on a podcast, and the podcaster, this was from him, his words before I think Taika was coming in. So Taika has not come out and said this, which you brought up. You know, he's a company man. He doesn't want to burn his bridges. He's worked on Lightyear most recently, directing Mandalorian, got a Star Wars film. He's not going to come out and start bashing Marvel and saying, listen, this is what really happened. He wants to keep this working relationship. So, I applaud that. The only thing with me in this whole mandate thing, I mean, this isn't DC, B. This isn't Kevin Fukushima and all those dudes messing up, wanting a paycheck for at the end of the year for DC. This is unprecedented for Marvel to ever do this. So that's what makes me a little bit kind of like, that's weird. Why in the 29th film of your franchise, you're now telling directors you got to cut the film. You got to cut. We're giving you $250 million and giving you freedom control, but we're gonna have you. That's like an oxymoron. It doesn't even make sense. Right. So that's where I'm like, I don't even really. Again, unless Taika Waititi, which I don't think he will come out and say, yeah, guys, unfortunately they told me to cut the film in half. But
he ain't gonna say that.
At the same time, I don't know if there's a lot of weight in it, because there's no history of them ever having a director. I mean, we just got Spider-Man came out a couple months ago, 2.5 hours. We had the Eternals come out before that, almost 250. So to me, it sounds really weird that they would just be like, the 4th film of the franchise. We're on an upward trajectory of this franchise. We're going to go ahead and cut the director at his legs and just start cutting the film in half. I don't know, B. I don't feel too confident in this this statement by whoever this Robinson B individual is.
Oh, okay. So you think he made it up?
I don't think he made it up. I think this might be lost in translation. I think that when he talked to Taika, he might have said, yeah, there was stuff that was cut out, and I was almost pushing 4 hours, man, but they told me I had to cut some stuff out, and maybe Robertson misinterpreted that. He might have said, oh, Marvel, and again, a headline, because now people might tune into his next week's episode when he has, another actor from a Marvel show come in and try to get some dirt. I think this is a headline kind of catch and kind of a misphrasing of a words that Taika might have said there was some stuff left out, which we kind of know that at this point. And Robertson B, not saying he's a liar or whatever, but he might have misinterpreted what he meant by things being cut out and having to meet a certain deadline or having to meet a certain type of expectation, and he might have put his own little spin to it.
Okay. You know what I think it was, Elliot?
Let's hear it.
I think it was the Demogorgon, Mr. Bob Chapek himself. It's his fault. He's the one that messed it up. Yes. Look at this right here. And I'm dying on this hill. Bob Chapek is Bob Iger's biggest regret. Yes, Bob Chapek sucks. Fire Bob Chapek. Get Bob Chapek out of there. Man, Elliot, I feel that it's true. You know what I'm saying? Taika is not. I feel that Mr. Bob Chapek right here, I feel that he came through with his dumbass ideas and leadership skills, which is non-existent in my opinion. And was like, let's put a mandate on it. We can get more, if the shorter the movie is, the more runtimes we can get in the theaters, which will make more money. We don't want to, more screens. We don't want to leave any money on the table. We want to, and that doesn't make sense, bro. Thor Ragnarok was 2 hours and 10 minutes, but you're just gonna. I feel that's the case. The movie could have been so much better, bro, but there was so much left on the cutting room floor.
True, but at the same time, Bob Chapek, why wouldn't he have cut the Eternals, a first film in the franchise, a new director in the sense of Chloe Zhao, her first big blockbuster film, John Watts coming in, they can do whatever they want with him because he doesn't have as much leeway as a Russo brother. Why wouldn't he make those same mandates for those films? Is what I'm saying.
Because those films weren't as successful, so he probably could have looked at it and be like, well, because it didn't make that much money and it was the worst critically acclaimed.
No, I'm talking about prior to the film coming out. Why wouldn't he say no? Eternals cannot be 2.5 hours. It must be a 2 hour film. Why wouldn't he give them that mandate?
I feel that he had. I feel that at that time he probably had faith in the creators and letting them.
But not faith in Taika after coming off of the biggest blockbuster with the franchise with Ragnarok. In the fourth film in the franchise?
Yeah, they don't look at creators the same. These are just all commodities. They look at directors as schmucks. Okay, we can just hire some other schmuck director. If you don't want to do it, we'll get somebody that will do what we want and listen. And so good question. I like the pushback, but he could have said, it is his fault that Black Widow was not a success. That's his fault 100% in my opinion. Then what do we have? And then Spider-Man was before that. So we the only other films was Shang-Chi and Eternals.
Right.
They both did well, but he probably was thinking they probably could have did better. And since they didn't, now I want to come in with my ironclad fist and put a mandate on something. I could be wrong, but that's just the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think Taika creatively said to himself, because you just mentioned Thor Ragnarok was only 10 minutes longer than the previous film, or than this film that's out now. I think that the 2 hour run, I think this whole mandate, I just don't know. I don't think it has. I know Bob, and by no means, I'm saying, Bob Chapek doesn't make some stupid calls and might have didn't have a say in this, but I don't think this whole mandate thing has a lot of weight in my eyes. Even someone mentioned in the comments, Doctor Strange 2 was only two hours, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope this isn't a trend, by the way. I hope this isn't, we're now seeing these 2 hour run times. But I don't think there's a lot of weight in this mandate.
Okay. Well, I'm down on the hill, Elliot. It feels like it's not a lot of weight. I'm blindfolded, hands behind my back, head first. And you made another point. I'm checking this out right now. Doctor Strange 2 was 2 hours and 6 minutes, and so maybe this was possibly mandated as well. Who knows? But I'm reaching here. But okay. Well, guys, you let us know what you think down below in the comment section as well. Also, shout out to Miss Elia Cantu. Oh, this sister right here. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of this sister right here.
Oh, I saw it. On your Instagram. She's doing big things.
Yeah, awesome. Man.
And why you do that, B? I'll just throw a question out there to the chat and to you. I saw something on was it Twitter or TikTok the other day that kind of almost not completely changed my thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder, but it made me look at it in a different light. Pretty much the basis of this person's argument, as far as like the jokiness, the goofiness, the kind of the overtopness of the film, as far as Thor: Love and Thunder, is because the film, we got to remember, begins with narration from Korg. And the film is almost in Korg's eyes because he's the one that's narrating the film. So some of the stuff, the calling her Jane or Jane Fonda, and all the different pronunciations of the name, and some of the stuff that he saw through his eyes, the story's being told for him. So it is going to be a little bit more goofy and a little bit more absurd, and maybe not as structured because it's being told by this particular character. How do you feel about
that? That's kind of neat.
Because again, he ends the film and is telling the kids how the story ends. So
okay, that seems interesting. I still have only seen the film once,
same.
I need to see it again. And once I do, I will have that in mind.
Yeah.
And that may make me feel different about it. Because we all have watched something and watched the second time, liked it the same, liked it less, liked it more.
Yeah.
So this helped you enjoy it more.
It made me say, well, it kind of makes sense. Not saying that this is true. Again, it was just something. I'm like, that's interesting, a different perspective, because it's not made up. It is. We see the film open with Korg, talking about the film, talking about the story of Thor, and he ends this film telling how the story ends. So I wonder if there is a little bit of a little bit of weight in that. I don't know. Just something.
Okay.
I just want to bring to the table.